Ask me if I'm happy. No, I'm not happy. Well, yeah, if you guys watched my videos from the other night, plowing, and then the one from Max plowing, and then I did clean up plowing the next day. I noticed when I take the truck out of 4-wheel drive and I put it in 2-wheel drive, and I start going down the road going to the next one, it sounded like there was some like a whirring, grinding, not really grinding, like a rubbing noise going down the road, like rrr. If any of you guys have ever had a wheel bearing go bad, that's what it sounded like. So you know, I'm going to set you down. I don't feel like holding you. I'm not going to hold you today. Let's prop you up. Prop me up beside the jukebox if I die. Alright, as y'all know, I like to sing, but I can't sing for shit. Alright, but anyway. So it's making that noise like a wheel bearing has gone bad, which would really set me off, considering I just put 2 brand new wheel bearings in the front of this truck this summer. I ordered them from Rock Auto, because that's where I got the best price. So anyway, I got a chance here this morning to take them apart. I got the trailer in the garage, as you guys know, building the cage and doing all that, so I had to do this outside. So I jacked the front end up, checked both sides. Both sides they felt a little bit of play, but not much at all to really be concerned. So I took the tires off and pulled everything apart. Pulled the tires off, the caliper, the brakes, everything off, and messed around with the wheel bearing. It feels fine. I moved the CV shaft around, jerked it back and forth, tried to yank on it. It's tight. Everything feels fine. There's not really any play there at all. So I don't know if the rubbing sound is coming from the brakes. Maybe a caliper's freezing up, and that's where it's coming from. It seems like it's all coming from the front passenger side. I did the typical drive down the road, turn one way, turn the next. It's usually how you can tell it's the easiest way to tell if a wheel bearing's bad. If you turn to the left and the noise goes away, then it's usually your right wheel bearing is bad. If you turn to the right and the noise goes away, then your left wheel bearing is bad. Because what you're doing is when you turn, you're taking the weight off of that side. So when you take the weight off of that side and shift all the way to the other side, you're putting no more pressure on that bad bearing, so it's not going to make that noise. But it stayed the same no matter what. I mean, it's not real bad, but it's enough that I notice it. I'm a proactive kind of person. I like to fix stuff before it goes bad. I don't want it to crap out on me halfway through a night of plowing. So I pulled the plug off the front differential. I'm going to check the fluid. I stuck my finger in there, pulled my finger out, and I got a little bit of fluid on it, which tells me it may be slightly low. But the fluid seemed fine. It wasn't milky, it wasn't gritty, nothing like that. So the fluid is actually really cold out here in the garage. So I got it in front of my bullet heater, heating it up, and so it'll go in there easier. I'm going to try topping it off some. We'll see what happens. Let me see if I can flip you guys around here. So I don't know, a lot of people recommend different things for these trucks. This is an 05 GMC Sierra 1500 for those of you that don't know already. But my manual says 80-90 non-synthetic. That's what the dealership says. I see so many people post, oh, they say full synthetic for everything front and back, blah blah blah, this and that. And I don't really care. I know what my manual says. I know what the dealer told me. They both say that. Holy cow! It started to melt the plug off there on the end. I guess I had it in front of that heater too long. Good thing the bottle didn't start to cave in. Oh yeah. Oh, that fluid's liquidy now, boy. Gotta chill this fluid down a little bit. That's gonna run out of there like friggin' water now. I don't know that I want to mix that with that ice cold fluid that's in the front axle. But anyway, I'm gonna pour some of this in there, and I'm gonna see what happens. I'll do that and I'll take it for a ride. We'll see what happens if I still got this down. I've had the bullet heater under the front end here. Like my heater, 38,000, and it just hooks to a propane tank. Burns very little fuel, but it puts out some serious heat. And I plug it into an extension cord. It's got an internal fan in it. and yeah, it cooks some heat. But I've had it under here to try to melt away anything. Maybe, you know, I've had grinding noises like that in the past, and it turned out to just be, there was just ice and crap just packed in there, and that's what was making the noise. So it's still cold as hell out here, so I'm trying to thaw the front end out a little bit. But I'm going to top some fluid off here, and then I'm going to take this thing for a ride again. We're going to see what happens. Stand by. Alright guys, well, that video was yesterday, and today is Super Bowl Sunday. So anyway, the verdict with the truck turned out to be, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? It was the wheel bearings. I got done with everything. I took it for a ride after I finished topping that fluid off, and then I went and checked the transfer case fluid. It takes the auto track too, which I was hoping I didn't need because that stuff's not that cheap. And that fluid in the transfer case was fine. I started thinking, you know what, it could be universal joints on the front drive shaft, which if anybody has ever had one of those go bad, it sounds like a million sparrows up in the rafters of a barn just going crazy at once. That's what, when you have a universal that goes bad on the front drive shaft, that's almost always what it sounds like. I've had it go bad on a truck, I've had it go bad on a Jeep, I've had it go bad on an SUV truck. Said just a pickup. It doesn't matter. Everyone that's happened to me, that's what it sounded like every time. So I didn't think that was it. I checked it. You know, I grabbed that drive shaft and I really wrenched it around, make sure everything was tight. Which, I mean, it seemed alright. A little bit of play, not too bad. I still wasn't 100% convinced that those wheel bearings weren't bad. So what I did when I got back from that test drive, I jacked it up one side at a time, and I just, you know, back and forth, side to side, top and bottom, move it, still getting a little bit of play. So I just grabbed the whole wheel and I spun that bad boy as fast as I could, and all I heard was and I was like, great. So I lowered it down, I jacked up the other side, spun it around again, same thing, all the way around. I'm like, yep, that's what it is. So I called my buddy up in Napa and I said, hey, listen, I need wheel bearings for the front of this thing. He goes, didn't you just replace those? And I said, yeah, I did. Oh, by the way, I mentioned in the beginning part of this video that I ordered them from Rock Auto. Before I go slamming some company, I made a mistake. I went back and checked my account through PayPal, and it was 1AAuto.com. That's where I ordered them from. And the reason I did is because I needed a part for the dually, which was a dealer item only. And I just happened to find it on that 1AAuto.com. If you guys have ever, you go on YouTube and you punch in like how to fix different things on different cars, trucks, whatever. 1A Auto almost has a video for everything. They have phenomenal videos, really good ones. And they sell all kinds of parts. They're just like Rock Auto. Anyway, so the point is, I needed a part for the dually. It was dealer item only, and I just happened to find it on their website. So what I did was, I seen the wheel bearings on there, and I knew they were going bad in the GMC then. The previous owner didn't, he never changed them, and they were about due. So so I just ordered them, and I changed them both out. Now, when it comes to wheel bearing, it's not a problem. I can do these things in my sleep. I've done so many. I'm looking like a half hour each side, which usually isn't too much of a problem. But what did happen was I was the passenger side, when I was taking that apart, it takes 3 bolts in the back of that wheel bearing. There's one on each side and one on the top that comes in right above the CV shaft. If anyone's ever done it before, that bolt was stripped. Somehow I stripped that when I put these back together when I did them last time about 4 months ago. I don't know how I did it and missed it. I couldn't get off for nothing. So what I did is I took the 15mm socket, I stuck it over there, I welded it in a couple places to the bolt, put the ratchet on, backed it right off. And then I just put it on the grinder and I ground the weld off there, got the socket off, and then I put the bolt head in the grinder where it's supposed to be flat on each side for the socket to go on, and I made them flat again so I could put it back together. So it took me like 45 minutes to do one side, almost an hour, and then the other side I was done in like 25 minutes, half hour. So it's not the problem of doing the wheel bearings. What really irked me is I just bought these things. So anyway, my buddy at Napa, he said, yeah, he goes, you know, even with your commercial account, in your discount, you're looking at like $90 a pop for these hubs, for the good ones. So, which is really good because they're, you know, $150, $160 for the good ones, the 3-year warranty. if anyone just walks in and buys them. So with my commercial account and Napa, my discount, I got them a lot cheaper. But it just irritated me that I just bought these. So what I did is I took that invoice I had from ordering them online from 1A Auto, and I sent them an email last night, and it had a copy of that, and there had all the information on there, and said, you know, I know your policy says it's like a 2-year manufacturer warranty, and then plus they also provide like a 60-day warranty. Oh, hold on. Hello? Hey. Uh-huh. Nice. They're very expensive too. Those RC trucks you put like gas and stuff, some of them get up like $2 grand. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's got a huge dirt track out in Ranceville, and he changes it up like every couple of weeks, so it's a different track. It's really cool. Uh-huh. Right. There you go. Alright. Got it. Love you. Bye. I don't remember what I was saying now. Anyway, let's see, where were we going with this? So I sent them all the information, said, you know, I know you guys have a warranty on these parts. I don't really know what exactly the warranty is. I said, but either way, I've had these things for 4 months. Okay, I got them. I ordered them on September 25th. Today it was February 1st. Yesterday, I said, and I had to change these things out. So that's like 4 months. Okay, you got October, November, December, January, 4 months. So I don't know. I'm hoping. You know, I know it's a weekend, so tomorrow's Monday. I'm hoping that they will get back to me and they will do right by me. If they don't, I will make them famous on every social media site I can possibly find, because I think bad business practices are just crappy, and it's I can't stand people to take advantage of other people, even in my business. If I screw up and I do something, it wasn't what the customer wanted, or I didn't follow through, my guys didn't do what they were supposed to do, I go back and I fix it, and I do it for free. You know, I mean, the circumstances change all this up, but 90% of the time, we didn't follow through with what we said, then I fix it for free to make it right. I cannot stand when people screw other people. So, I've talked to a few other people that have ordered parts from this 1AAuto.com, and people that have ordered from Rock Auto, since I had mentioned them before, and they say, you know, great people, great all the way around, get your stuff fast, but when it comes to returns, it's a nightmare. So we'll find out. I'm hoping I don't have that experience, but if I do, like I said, I'm going to make them famous, and I don't really care. You know, they can apply their slander laws to me or whatever, but I really don't care. But anyway, we'll give them the chance. We'll give them the opportunity. Hopefully, they'll make right by me, and they will do this. We'll see what happens here. Maybe I just got a bad set. You never know. It happens. I mean, sometimes you just get a bad run of production. It happens. I've gotten alternators brand new before from Napa. Even put them in the car, they were dead. They just didn't even work. Bearings that I put in, things that crapped out the next day, like. Whatever the case. But anyway, it is Super Bowl Sunday, guys, and that is the update on the truck. That's where I end up going with that, and I'm glad that I got it finished, because today they are calling for around 4 or 5 o'clock today. It's supposed to start snowing and lead right into tomorrow afternoon. They have an extreme winter weather advisory. They're calling for 6 to 8 inches. Not too bad, but not great. I hope it's fluffy stuff. I'm sick and tired of plowing this heavy, wet, thick, slushy crap. So I hope it's fluffy and just flies off my blade. I put the wings back on my plow since I had taken them off the other day, and I waxed my blade, which you really don't have to do with poly blades. It's usually not too bad, but you know, every little bit helps. And I use that spray Slick Mist Lucas. You guys have seen that in one of my other videos. It works great, phenomenal stuff, and less resistance on the blade, the less you're working the truck. So every little bit helps, and you just spray it on. What the hell's it hurt? And the stuff works. So got that put on. So yeah, calling for 6 to 8 inches tonight into tomorrow, and then Tuesday into Wednesday they're calling for another 8 to 10. So we'll see what happens. But So anyway, I called my buddy who owns a local pizza shop, best pizza around our area. I always plow his mom's driveway for him, so because he can't get there, and you know she shouldn't be out doing it. So I always do it for him for free, and we trade off with food. But as you guys know, I spend a lot of time at the gym, but I don't spend the time at the gym to have a beach body or whatever the hell you call it. I mean, I want to look decent. I don't want to look like a fat slob, but that's why I go to the gym, because I love food. I love all kinds of food, and I love to eat, and I know half the stuff I eat is not good for me, and I really don't care. That's why I go to the gym and I work out, and I try to stay in the best shape I can, just so that I can eat the way I want to eat. I don't purposely kill myself with stuff that's clogging my arteries, but I don't always eat the best stuff. So anyway, so I'm gonna eat some pizza. I'm gonna munch out today. I'm gonna eat some good foods, and yeah, Super Bowl. We'll see how much of it I get to watch before I gotta go out and start plowing, since it doesn't start till 6:30. And it's supposed to start snowing at 4, and it's supposed to be pretty heavy, pretty bad. So yeah, I'll probably make some plowing videos, and that's the update in the truck. Alright guys, rate, comment, subscribe, show the hell to my videos, and we will probably be posting videos tomorrow or the next day. See how this plowing thing goes. Alright, I'm out.